Good afternoon and welcome here inside Odell Arena on the campus of Taylor University for today's regular season finale between two Grant County rivals, the 17th-ranked Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats and the 7th-ranked Taylor Trojans. Rick Johnson is my name, and this is the Marion General Hospital pregame show. Taylor comes in after a double overtime win Wednesday at Huntington, 83-78. To run their record of 26-3 overall, 14-3 in the Crossroads League. They're in sole possession of second place in the league standings. Indiana Wesleyan beat Grace by 10 Wednesday night, 79-69, to move their record to 22-7. They're 13-4 in the league. They're tied for third with number 10, St. Francis. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will hear from the head coach of the Trojans. That is Jody Martinez. This is the Marion General Hospital pregame show. We're back with more after this here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Welcome back to the Marion General Hospital pregame show here on Senior Day for the Taylor women's basketball team as they take on cross-county foe Indiana Wesleyan. We're now joined by the Trojans head coach Jody Martinez after their thrilling double overtime win on the road at Huntington on Wednesday. Big win for you and the team. You were able to keep Huntington off the scoreboard at the end of regulation, at the end of the first overtime. Had a key 6-0 stretch there in double OT. How big was Wednesday's win for you and the girls?
Well, I think it was a big win just for one, a road win, two, a senior day, playing a very good Huntington team with a lot of excitement. They had a lot of energy, and it proved. I mean, they got us down 19-5 right off the start, and then once we composed ourselves and made the comeback, then it became an even game the rest of the way.
The big play out of Madison Fisher after Jamie Netzley fouls out about midway or early on there in the fourth quarter. She plays every minute of both overtime sessions. She had a clutch three there after coming in to replace Jamie, the only field goal that she made. She had some big rebounds in there as well. How proud were you of Madison's play on Wednesday night?
Well, that's something that's funny because Madison and I just talked today, and just how her performance was what we expected all year, every day, every game. And she had been playing that way until the injury. And, when she got injured in the Bethel game with her shoulder injury, she had been wearing this brace, and it just restricted her. And then she got sick. So you combine the injury plus the health, it's just not the Madison we've been seeing. And so for her to have a breakout game against Huntington Wednesday and going into our game tomorrow with much momentum, it's much needed off the bench. I mean, she's just a great spark plug and can give you the length on defense. And then, of course, she's got she's one of our better three-point shooters, even though she's very unselfish. We talked about she needs to shoot when she's open. She's got to quit driving into defense and think that she's got to create something new. And so, we talked about a lot of things today, and so I'm excited about, the way she's finishing her junior year.
Big plays all around, particularly from Abby and Becca Books. Abby gets the big three-point play to start the second overtime. Becca gets a big bucket late, either at the end of regulation or the first overtime to tie the game up. Mm-hmm. They kind of, Patience Ramsey, your athletic trainer, and I were kind of talking after the game, and she sits on the end of the bench, and she said there was kind of a moment where she saw Abby and Becca look at each other and said, we need to put the team on our shoulders now and get us to this win. Did you see that and see them just kind of maybe try to take the game over themselves and say we need to get our team to where we want to get to?
Specifically, no, in regards to the Huntington game, because that's been their attitude all year. I mean, the whole year they've been trying to take the ownership of the team with their work ethic and play. They may not be the vocal leaders like a Sid or Haley or Jamie, but they're definitely the work ethic. And I thought Becca had a balanced game. I think Abby exploded. Abby was she had a tough defensive assignment on Fryman, but I think her legs were tired, so I even took her out, which is unusual. But I'm glad I did because she found her rhythm second overtime and took over. It's just the way they just don't want the season to end, and they know how important momentum is into the conference tournament as well as the national tournament.
This is your third season here at Taylor. Obviously, we mentioned the regular season finale against Indiana Wesleyan today. Crossroads League tournament starts right up next week. You guys have gone to the Crossroads League championship game in the tournament your 2 previous seasons here, so all of your players that are returning know what it takes to get there. They know the grind of quickly transitioning from regular season to the postseason. How much does that experience help as you guys get ready to close the regular season now against Indiana Wesleyan and look ahead to the league tournament?
Everything you just said so important. They understand the importance of the seeding. It's important to have home court games. The outcome of today, the winner is the 2nd seed, the loser is the 3rd seed. So there's a lot of things playing at stake here. So we gotta, we want to play at least 2 home games. You never know what could happen with the Huntington-Marion game, but just assume Marion does win, therefore they're outright the champion by 1 game. So we got to take care of business with Wesleyan first. And then quick turnaround, we play on Tuesday. So, as you guys know, the men's and women flip the tournament structure based upon regular season, where we always play Wednesday. Now we got to go to Tuesday. And so quick turnaround. And so having a veteran team who's been through the tournament twice now, making to the championship game. My first year they were runners-ups. Last year we won the tournament. I think that plays a big factor into the mental part of the game.
Your opponent today, Indiana Wesleyan, here on Senior Day. We know all about what happened in that first game. You get down by 20, then you come back and win the game in the last 15 minutes thanks to a furious comeback. Kayla Kirtley hit 5 threes in that game. She's been dealing with some nagging injuries. But you look at that 20-point comeback, so Indiana Wesleyan really shouldn't creep up on your girls. They should be able to dial in focus, knowing that when they're hitting, that they can get you down by 20 quick.
Yeah, that's, just watching film again and at the time of this interview, you see right now, the game's on. We had shots in the first half. We just didn't hit. The problem we had is we didn't make stops defensively, and that gave them so much confidence. And so we had to make the adjustment at halftime to just go review the game plan, change the attack angles, different plays to get to the rim more, and then free up what's called the pick and pop for the post players. And that's where Kayla caught on fire for us, and it gave us more momentum. And then because of that, because we started scoring, our defensive energy was higher, and it deflated Wesleyan. And so then, you're down 20, you win by 7. That's a 27-point swing, which is remarkable.
Your 5 seniors will be honored after the game today before the men's game. Haley Stratman, Jamie Netzley, Sydney Huffman, Abby and Becca Books. You've been the coach for the majority of their time here the last 3 seasons, and obviously everything that happened with the coaching change and everything that happened their freshman year. What has this group of 5 meant to you?
Well, perseverance is the first thing. It's in my office here. I got Abraham Lincoln hanging up as the poster child of perseverance, if I can say poster child for him. But it's just they did it. They had every opportunity to leave Taylor after their freshman year experience. They only finished with 12 or 13 wins their freshman year, whatever it was. But as of today, they're the all-time winningest group in Taylor history. So that's a great success story about perseverance. They stuck it through. Here comes this competitive, hot-headed game day coach who is chilled, kind of simple living, doesn't care what he wears behind the scenes, and comfortable. This coach very comfortable. Girls just love, we have a great relationship. But game day, they didn't know what they were going to get, and that's perseverance too. How do you adjust to your third coach as your college experience is going through? And these 5 stuck together. And that's why one of our words is unity and family, and that's what they definitely define that.
I would like the record to show that Jody does not have the real Abraham Lincoln hanging up in his office. It's just a poster of the former president with the word perseverance emblazoned boldly on the poster. I assume what people think you had Abraham Lincoln's corpse, hanging, or a mannequin hanging up here in the office. That'd be kind of weird.
That would be a little bit, but Abraham Lincoln is my favorite president, and anybody who studies the U.S. history, just how he failed so many times before he became the president, it's just a good story for people to be reminded that if you have dreams, pursue them, no matter what happens on the journey.
Jody, thanks for the time, and best of luck against Indiana Wesleyan.
Thank you.
purpose of the Athletics Day of Giving is to give our alumni, parents, friends, and supporters an opportunity on one day to give back directly to the program that has impacted their life. It's something that other schools have tried and had success with. And in working with our development office, we were looking for ways to streamline our process of raising money for our athletic programs. We've seen incredible success over the last decade in the fundraising for our athletic department. We've had an explosion of new facilities, upgrades to our current facilities, equipment, scholarship support, and many of our teams have been able to travel domestically and overseas on mission trips. We are planning to do our Athletics Day of Giving every February and hope that you will mark your calendar each year and continue to support the work we do here in the athletic department at Taylor University. Go Trojans!
Assistant coaches for the Wildcats, Peter Clevenger, Junior Gibson, and the head coach for Indiana Wesleyan, Ethan Whaley. And now fans, on your feet for the starting lineup. At fourth, a 5'11" senior from Palestine, Indiana, number 12, Haley Shorten. At guard, a 5'6" senior from South Elgin, Illinois, number 20, Jamie Nexley. At guard, a 5'5" senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 24, Sydney Hoffman. At guard, a 5'11" senior from Nicola, Indiana, number 40, Abby Cooks. And at forward, a 5'11" senior from Nicola, Indiana, number 44, Becca Cooks. Assistant coaches for the Trojans, Natalie Young and Ashley Wallace, and the head coach for Taylor, Joey Martinez.
So the normal starting five we've grown accustomed to for Taylor this season. Their 5 seniors on their senior day. The guards, Jamie Netzley, Sydney Huffman. On the wings, Abby and Becca Books. And the forward is Haley Stratman. For Indiana Wesleyan, their top scorer is Dayton Groniger. Madison Davis is a good 3-point shooter, transferred in this year from California Baptist University. Janae Goodwin's their point guard. Carly Lang is an athletic wing, a senior. And Ann Seacrest, coming off of a 28-point career-high performance on Wednesday, rounds out the starting lineup. Remember, Seacrest started to get back into form when these teams met back in January. Remember, she tore her ACL on a jump stop in front of Kendall Bradbury in January of 2019 in the first match between these two teams last season. Groniger averages 15 points per game, just scored her 1,000th career point in that win over Grace Wednesday. B-Books and Lang will jump. The ball's in the air. We're underway. To the other end of the floor, to the front court for Taylor. Huffman gobbles it up, and Taylor will have the opening possession. They go from left to right, gold numbers, purple letters, and the purple and gold trim. Indiana Wesleyan defends man-to-man in the all-red with white numbers and white letters and gray trim. They leave B-Books open, and the senior cans a 3 right in front of the IWU bench. 57 straight game that B-Books has made a 3. That's 106 on the year. She needs just 5 more to break her single-season mark set a year ago. So a picture-perfect start for the Trojans, up 3-0 on the opening possession. Goodwin on the near edge, holding the ball over her head. Taylor and a little bit of a zone look here. Davis in the near side corner, a right-hand bounce, picks of the bounce. Groniger top, fakes left, goes right with 8 to shoot. Netzley comes to help. Goodwin with 5. Not a good 3-point shooter. Lang heaves up a prayer. It skips off the rim, and it hits the floor, and Netzley gobbles it up. Indiana Wesleyan just 34% from range. Huffman accelerating, leaving it short off the bottom of the rim as she had an angle on Groniger but could not get the ball up and over the cylinder. Taylor with their first miss, and here comes IWU from right to left in red. Their head coach is in his 3rd season. His name is Ethan Whaley. The Trojans led by Jody Martinez, also in his 3rd season. Far side Davis, the lefty spots a 3 off the front rim. No, but nobody boxes out Lang, who hits a reverse layup. First bucket of the afternoon for Indiana Wesleyan, and they trail by 1, 3-2. Abby Books caught on the far side, defended by Lang. Out to the volleyball line, Huffman guarded tightly by Goodwin in the man-to-man. One dribble, right side high pass, Netzley with Groninger defending. Netzley fires an open look from three. That one long but straight, tapped out over Groninger's head, and Netzley able to snatch it before it crosses the timeline. Near side, Huffman driving, attacking right down the lane. Netzley, just like she did to lead the Trojans back from down 20 in January. And Netzley knifes down Main Street, and Taylor goes back in front by 3. 5-2 the Trojan advantage, just 2 minutes into quarter number 1. Taylor slides into their 3-2 zone. Groninger left side high to Davis on the near wing. Mid-post left Lang, defended by A-Books. Back to Goodwin, fires up a 3-ball, and she'll hit that one. Goodwin just 28% from 3 this year, but went 3 for 4 against Taylor in the opening half when these teams squared off in January at Iwu. She cooled off in the second half, and that helped Taylor come back from down 20. 5-5 our score here as Netzley maneuvers to the free throw line. Ball finds the hands of A-Books, left side high, tried to take Lang to the rack, now backs it out with 13 to shoot. Abby Books picks up the ball, now to B-Books with Davis defending, 9 to shoot, almost knocked away now to Netzley. Groninger giving her space with 5. Netzley to the left hand down the left side of the lane. Stratman left corner 3-ball, no. Off the rim, rebounded down low by A-Books, maneuvers to the left. Lang blocked the shot, but Abby Books able to get the ball back. 5-5, 7:10 to go, quarter 1. And a packed house here inside Odell Arena today. B-Books drives baseline left, double team finds Stratman, spins it around to Huffman. Open Netzley, 3-ball, halfway down and out for Jamie Netzley. That would have pushed the Taylor lead back up to 3. We remain tied at 5. Groninger trying to give Iwu the lead. She'll miss everything except the hands of Sydney Huffman waiting on the weak side to catch the miss. She'll stop and pop. B-Books 1-3 today. Let's make it 2 for the lethal Becca Books. She's outscored Iwu by herself and puts Taylor back in front 8-5. 3.5 minutes expired here in quarter 1. B-Books with a pair of triples today. Now with 107 on the year, 4 from breaking her single season mark. Groninger, a good 3-point shooter. Taylor leaves her open, but she misses her second one long, tapped around and rebounded here by Jamie Netzley. Huffman accelerating with a left-hand bounce, skipping open. Stratman fires from 3, and she hits the 3rd triple of the day. The first one for Stratman, and Taylor leads by a game-high 6, 11-5. 3 of 6 are the Trojans from deep. They're the best 3-point shooting team in NAIA Division II. Groninger back to the trailing Goodwin as Taylor slides into the 3-2 zone. Davis to Sechrist, trying to body with Stratman. She tried to go weak side to Groninger, and then Netzley jumped in front. She'll float it far ahead as Abby Books gathers in the long pass. B-Books trailing, Taylor on a 6-0 run. B-Books from the parking lot, and Angola, the 3rd first quarter triple for Rebecca Books. 14-5, and B-Books has got 9 points. Timeout Indiana Wesleyan, a 30-second stoppage as they try to slow down the white-hot Becca Books.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Four of 7 start from 3 for Taylor. They've made 1 2-point shot. B-Books has got 3 makes, 3 of 3 from downtown. She's got 9. Taylor's got 14. Iwu has just 5. Gabby Suarez, the mid-year transfer from Cincinnati Christian after they closed their doors, enters for the first time. She takes the spot of Sechrist, Groninger, Goodwin all out. Backcourt press on Lang, heaves it over, and she'll find Davis as she was caught in the backcourt. Lang steps to the front court. Suarez out there with Van Dyke, and the other newcomer is Sarah McLemore. So that means Lang and Davis are the only ones that stay out there for Iwu out of their 30-second timeout. Suarez, high right side, holding the ball off her left hip. Comes back to the near side, and Davis, baseline left, Van Dyke tried to go up and under. Good D by B-Books, forces an air ball, and Netzley will snatch the rebound on the baseline. A 14-5 barrage for TU, as they're on a 9-0 run after Iwu tied the game at 5 with a triple. Almost halfway home in quarter 1. Huffman almost went backdoor, but good defensive recovery by Van Dyke, the freshman. Netzley gives off to Huffman, skipping near side A-Books. Puts on the deck with McLemore, and an arm bar called against Sarah McLemore. That's our first foul of the day against either squad. Shot clock will reset to 20. as Lang exits. Adriana Trexler, the 6'1 freshman from Oak Hill High School nearby, will check in for the first time today. So Davis is the only starter on the floor right now for Indiana Wesleyan. Huffman still with the rest of her 4 senior classmates. The 5 starters remain for Taylor. 9-0 Taylor run, all on threes, and they lead by 9, 14-5. B-Books drives baseline right. Van Dyke cuts her off. Skip past Stratman. 1-3 today. Let's give her 2 as Stratman heating up from distance. She missed her first 3. She's made 2 in a row, and it's a 12-0 Avalanche, all from 3 by the home team. 17-5 the Taylor lead as Suarez will beat the backcourt press. Davis double team. They get B-Books on the block as she was just a hair late trying to cut off Suarez on the near sideline. First one on B, first one against Taylor. 4:21 to go, quarter one. Taylor up big on a 12-0 run. They lead 17-5, all on threes. Near side, Trexler. B-Books giving her space. She'll dribble towards the top and give off to the right side high. Suarez back to Trexler. Thought about a 3, drives from the left edge to Suarez at the top. 9 to shoot. Here's a Trexler catch and shoot 3, and she hits it. Trexler, just her 5th made triple of the year, as she's trying to follow suit what Haley Stratman's doing for Taylor and trying to be a nice bounce off the bench for Indiana, or a nice spurt offensively for IWU from an uncharacteristic category. That ends a long scoring drought for the Wildcats. They trail 17-8. Netzley spinning at the free throw line. Ethan Whaley, the IWU head coach, pleading for a travel that will not come. Near sideline, Huffman holding on her right hip, now driving with her left. Van Dyke almost got caught in the switch. Huffman drives, pitches. B-Books 3 for 3. That one off target left. And there's the first miss from 3 for Becca Books today. 17-8 the Taylor lead. 3:30 left to go here in quarter one. Trexler directing traffic with her right hand, dribbling with her left, and now deals off to Davis. Finds the cutting Van Dyke at the free throw line, out to Trexler, fakes a 3. Almost traveled with in front of the Taylor bench. Suarez fires a triple, long, over the head of Abby Books, and Netzley gets yet another rebound here in the opening quarter. That's Jamie's 5th to lead the way so far. She'll accelerate, thinks about going end-to-end, does over contact, can't get it, and the ball picked up off the floor by McLemore of IWU. 17-8 deficit for the visitors with 3 minutes remaining in quarter one. Taylor slides back into that 3-2 zone. Now they come out in a man look with Trexler holding on the far sideline. Davis, the lefty, open for a 3, heaves it up and gets a high arcing shot to drop. Davis, the top 3-point shooter, finally gets one to go. And after Taylor made 4 threes in a row, Indiana Wesleyan has made back-to-back triples, and they trail by 6, 17-11. Suarez watching Huffman walk it across the timeline. B-Books turns and faces the basket, gives off back to Huffman, near sideline Netzley. Trexler defending her. Huffman, right elbow, bounce past Stratman. Hand off Netzley, turning the corner, pitching to the open Abby Books. Her first 3-point try is short, and a nice box out by Suarez to keep Huffman from the ball for Taylor. A 6-0 run for Indiana Wesleyan, as both teams have been feeling it from beyond the 3-point arc today. Davis has made 59 after making 1 the last time down. Trexler 1 today, trying to make it 2, and she does. She came in with just 4 made threes all day, all season, and she's made her only 2 attempts today. And after Taylor went on 12-0 run, Indiana Wesleyan has answered with 9 straight, all from 3. The last 7 made buckets between the two teams have all been from beyond the arc. Taylor's lead is down to 3. A-Books tried to knife it in to B-Books, deflected out of bounds by the double team of Indiana Wesleyan. The clock says 1:47 to go in quarter one. Davis and McLemore out. Sechrist and Groninger back in for Indiana Wesleyan, making their first appearances of the day for Taylor. Madison Fisher, Meredith Deckard, and Janae Goodwin hustles to the scores table for IWU. She comes back in as well, replacing Suarez. 13 to shoot for Taylor. They try to stop the 9-0 run by IWU. Their 12-point lead for the Trojans has been cut down to 3. Abby Books floats it into B-Books, then back to A in the near side corner. Van Dyke closing out on the airspace. 1 dribble, handoff B-Books. Directs where she wants Abby to go. She'll fling it far side to Stratman. She's made 2 threes today. That one off law, short. Abby Books has a rebound down low for Taylor. She'll just bulldoze in on Van Dyke. Goes up through contact, blocked from behind by Trexler. And here comes IWU the other way, trying to tie our game at 17 after falling behind by 12. 82 seconds remaining here in quarter one in front of a packed house inside Odell Arena today on senior day for the Taylor Trojans. Van Dyke from straightaway, back to Trexler. 2 of 2 from 3 today. Goodwin back to Groninger on the far side in front of the Taylor bench. 10 to shoot. Van Dyke drives with the left hand, poked away, gets it out to Goodwin near side. She's made 1 3 today. That one is long, hits off the rim twice, and bounces aimlessly far side to A-Books. 1 minute to go here in the quarter number 1. Fisher in the near side corner. One dribble off to Decker. Taylor trying to stop a 9-0 run by Iwu. The Trojans still leading by 3. A-Books drives, got Groninger to bite. Little hesitation down the lane, trying to go up and under. Double team comes. Abby Books throws it out, and she's fouled from behind as the Iwu bench pleads for a travel across from us. That's on Groninger, her first. Second one against the Wildcats here in quarter 1. Shot clock resets to 20. Game clock is at 45.5 seconds here in quarter number 1. Taylor made 4 threes in a row. Then Iwu answered with 3 straight from deep as well. B-Books has 3 threes today. Groninger on skates. B-Books fires. Front rim, no. Fisher skies for a one-handed, right-handed rebound. Now B-Books attacks through a double team. She's hammered down as now Taylor pleads for a call that will fall on deaf ears. B-Books has made 3 threes in a row to start. She's missed her last 2. And with 35 and 1/10 of a second left to go in quarter 1, the shot clock again will reset to 20. Decker to get it in near sideline, or near baseline, excuse me. To B-Books right side high, floating back to the near corner, and Decker. Goodwin closing out on her airspace, knowing that Meredith Deckard, the top 3-point shooter in the country, no matter the level of women's basketball. 10 to shoot for Deckard, trying to create herself. Spinning back to a right-hand free throw line. Pass intended for Fisher, tapped away by Trexler. A one-on-one, B-Books is back. Trexler goes up. She throws up a 2-handed layup that missed everything. It'll be deflected out of bounds by Trexler, as somehow Trexler went in through a 2-handed shovel up and over the rim and nothing else. And Taylor gets a gift as they still lead by 3. Taylor head coach Jody Martinez begging for a foul, saying that B-Books was taken down to the floor, but the whistle was swallowed. 9 to go in the quarter. Shot clock turned off. Taylor leading by 3. Fisher has the ball knocked away. Now 5 gets it back, driving with 4. Weak side bounce pass. Stratman with 2. A hook will just dance off the rim, and that's how the first quarter will come to a close. Taylor white hot, going on a 12-0 burst. Iwu answers with 9 in a row. Our last 7 field goals all made from 3. And we head to the second quarter. Taylor leading 17-14 here on Senior Day on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments, in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Both teams shooting well below their season averages. Taylor 32% from the floor at 6 of 19. Iwu 5 of 13 at 38%. But Taylor made one more 3 than Wesleyan in that first quarter, and Taylor leads 17-14 start of quarter 2. Iwu with the ball, and Groninger travels across from us. It's Dayton Groninger, Madison Davis, Adriana Trexler, Carly Lang, and Madison Davis, the 5 out there for Iwu. So 3 starters in Groninger, Davis, and Lang, as Huffman runs her defender into a screen, bounce pass to Netzley, double team, and now Netzley's got to back out of it. Taylor with their 5 starters out there, the 5 seniors. A fling far side Stratman, a jab on the smaller Suarez. Huffman, Books, Stratman, Netzley, the Taylor 5. 9 to shoot, opening possession quarter 2. Taylor leading by 3, and a defensive foul called against Indiana Wesleyan on an armbar. That's on Carly Lang, her first. The Wildcats again have Lang, Groninger, Suarez, Davis, and Trexler. Stratman to get it in far side hash mark. Into the far corner in B-Books. Shot clock is reset to 20. Taylor in a long scoring drought here. They led by 12, 17-5. Iwu closed the quarter on a 9-0 run. B-Books drives, jump stop, free throw line, near corner Huffman with 9. Attacks with the left hand, up top B-Books for another 3 and gets that one, her 4th one today. And B-Books is our first player in double figures with 12 and a big answer for the Trojans to start. They lead 20-14. B-Books now 1 3-pointer away from tying her single season mark set a year ago, but the Trojans can't find Davis, who can't hit a wide open 3 from the right edge. Rebounded by Taylor up to the galloping Netsley. Waits for reinforcements, that'll be Abby Books. Driving, right-hand banker, no. And a good defense goes straight up and down by Dayton Groninger. Taylor's lead back up to 6. It's been as big as 12. Iwu is yet to lead today. We've been tied once. 90 seconds gone here in quarter 2. Indiana Wesleyan, the 17th ranked team in the country, goes from right to left in red. Taylor defends man-to-man in white. Trexler, Iwu's leading scorer so far with 6 points, both on 3s. They go to Lang, double team comes. They leave Suarez open on the double team, and Suarez makes them pay with a straightaway 3. Suarez pumped, her 13th made 3 of the year, a good 3-point shooter at 34%. Brings the Wildcats back to within 3. Early on here in quarter number 2, 2 minutes in. Suarez guards Huffman out near the volleyball line. Left side Stratman screen. One of the screen and roll couldn't get to Stratman. So she'll go far sideline. A-Books driving on Lang. Tucks the shoulder, throws it up, and it'll fall off. But our official Charles Smith waves off the shot. It'll be a foul on the floor on Lang, and that's number 2. And that's a tough one for Iwu to take. Sechrist in to get Trexler, And now Van Dyke has to come in to get Lang, who's their best wing defender. She was marked with both Abby and Becca since the last 3 seasons. So we'll see how Iwu tries to defend the Books twins here. Davis guards B-Books, and then B fires at mid-post right Stratman. Van Dyke, the freshman, against the senior Abby Books, who angles and floats it home with the left hand for her first scoring. 5-point Taylor advantage. Van Dyke picks it up as she felt the pressure from behind by the pesky Jamie Netsley. Taylor slides back into that 3-2 zone defense as Suarez will run the show here. 2.5 minutes into quarter number 2. Groninger to Suarez near side. Sechrist pops as an outlet. They won't pass it to her in the zone. Skipping far side Van Dyke. Huffman collapses with 9. Groninger from straightaway has yet to hit a shot today. 0 of 2 from 3. Bangs with Abby Books near the near corner. Suarez with 3 to get a shot off, and she switches a left corner 3. So Suarez with 2 triples. Trexler with 2 as well. And that brings Iwu back to within a deuce, down 22-20. Suarez averaging 5 points since coming to Iwu in December. Huffman drives and pitches to the near side in B-Books. Knocked out of her hands by Davis. It'll stay here with Taylor. Suarez out of Kissimmee, Florida, has played in this gym before, last year as a member of Cincinnati Christian. She transferred after CCU announced this fall that they were closing their doors in December. Groninger out, Janae Goodwin in for Iwu. 15 to shoot for Taylor, leading by a deuce. Near sideline, Netsley. Goodwin trying to cut off that left hand. Stratman sets the left side screen. Netsley goes back to right, triple team. Shoveling out Stratman, trying to fire a 3, and Stratman makes her 3rd one today. 9 first half points for Haley Stratman, and Taylor's lead is back up to 5. Van Dyke fumbling with it as she crosses the timeline as Iwu able to beat that backcourt press by Taylor. Davis near side goes left block. Sechrist turns and faces the basket. Nice cut down low, Van Dyke, who slipped through the Taylor zone defense and laid it in for an easy 2. That brings Iwu back to within 3 as Huffman wheels, pitching back to A-Book. Stratman trailing with a jab step, and now Taylor will set up in the half-court set. Netsley around a Stratman screen. Defensive foul, Iwu. That's number 3, and the first one against Janae Goodwin. Number 3 against the visitors here in quarter number 2. Both coaches, Ethan Whaley for Iwu, Jody Martinez for Taylor, have been unhappy with their teams at different points today. They both been unhappy with the refereeing crew today. So business as usual for your regular college basketball game. 16 to shoot for Taylor, shooting on the basket to our right, leading by 3. Netsley trying to knife her way through, draws 4 defenders. She'll find Abby Books up top with 9 to shoot. Now 7 and now 6. Abby with 2 dribbles, now 5, turns the corner, sees the C part. Her right-hand layup was too strong, and Van Dyke has the rebound down low for Indiana Wesleyan. They can tie or cut their deficit to 1 here. Indiana Wesleyan has made 6 threes here in the opening half. That matches their season average for games. Goodwin far sideline, wanted to go down low to Sechrist, could not. Van Dyke, a 3, spins off the rim, and B-Books comes darting in for the miss. Van Dyke, a 36% three-point shooter, but has made just 5 of 14 this year, so good percentage-wise, but The volume just not there for the freshman out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Huffman got sloppy with the dribble, keeps it alive with 15 to shoot. Drives on Suarez. Open left side, high, arcing. Abby Books 3, no. Weak side rebound, Stratman, yes. Abby 0 of 2 from 3. They fling it far side, Netsley to Huffman. Cut off by Suarez, back to space, tapping it over. A fake by Stratman. Good job to keep those toes on the parquet floor. 9 to shoot, Netsley maneuvering down the lane. Here's Stratman, fakes on Seacrest with 5, finds the open Abby Books with 4. She'll knife back to Stratman, got to get a shot off with 2. She'll let a prayer go, and it'll be an air ball. Taylor had plenty of good looks on that possession, but kept trying to pass the ball one more time, and they could have let one go with Abby from the top of the key, but she tried to drive it home. McLemore in for the first time in the second quarter for Indiana Wesleyan, replacing Ann Seacrest. And Adriana Trexler back in for Iowa as well. She takes the spot of Madison Davis. Suarez, Goodwin, Van Dyke, McLemore, and Trexler, the 5 for Iowa. With the ball trailing by 3, going from right to left in red. 4:45 and counting here in quarter 2, excuse me. Half 1. B-Books shading Trexler. She jogs up the near side arc. 9 to shoot for Iowa. And now 8. Far sideline, Goodwin. Baseline right, McLemore with 5. To Goodwin, Trexler gives up to Suarez near side with 2. She'll fire a contested 3 off the rim, but McLemore too strong and able to get the rebound away from TU. Good defense there by the Trojans to force a prayer with the shot clock dwindling, but Taylor could not get the rebound down low. 13 to shoot for Iowa, skipping right side high, Goodwin. Netsley there on the catch, now 9 to shoot, pass behind Van Dyke. That allows Netsley to pounce, and the tie-up will send it back to Taylor as Netsley pounced on Van Dyke like a snake in the Amazon. .4:10 to go first half. Taylor up 25-22. Each team has scored 8 points here in our second quarter so far. Huffman runs the show, bouncing a low one to Abby Books. She'll find the cutting B-Books down on the baseline for a right-hand finish. B with 14 first-half points, and the Taylor lead back up to 5 once again. The two teams have seesawed back and forth between a 3-point and 5-point Taylor lead over the last couple of moments. Van Dyke at the top, left side high, Goodwin. Driving with a right hand, she'll whip it far side. Suarez had a step on Huffman, and then right before Huffman can poke it away, she'll get Suarez on the elbow, and Huffman gets called for her first personal foul of the day. Foul number 1 against Taylor here in quarter 2. Groninger and Lang back in for the Wildcats, replacing Suarez and Van Dyke. The 5 seniors for the Trojans, their starters all year, have played the majority of this game so far. Lang will fire it to the near side of the floor, and Goodwin. Iowa with the ball down by 5. Right elbow, Lang turns and faces the basket, holds the ball on her right knee. McLemore double team comes with Netsley. McLemore's in trouble, and then it will be a 3-second violation as Netsley pounces on another victim. Davis in, replacing whom? McLemore. So more of a guard look here for Indiana Wesleyan. Their 2 forwards, Groninger and Lang, and Trexler. But Lang and Groninger, even with their height and their listed as forwards, they're kind of more like wings, like Abby and Becca Books are. Far sideline pass to the aforementioned B-Books. Taylor up by 5. B-Books has been white hot here in the opening half. 14 first half points, 5 of 8 from the floor. Stratman's been good from 3 today. Gives off to Netsley near side with 11 to get a shot off. Groninger trying to force Netsley to her right, trying to go to her left, spins. Pass tapped, caught by Stratman. A 3-point shot is off target right. And Davis is down there for the rebound for Indiana Wesleyan. Stratman 3 of 6 from downtown today. The Trojans now 7 of 16. Less than 3 to go here in half number 1. Taylor with the lead, 27-22. Iowa with the ball from right to left in red. Lang up top, holds on her right hip, gets the half-court set from Ethan Whaley, the third-year head coach. Taylor slides back into a man-to-man defense. Goodwin with 8 seconds to shoot. Now 7. Holds overhead, throws it down to Groninger, who got behind her defender. Near side pass tapped out of bounds by Abby Books with 2 seconds to shoot for the visitors. And fresh subs come in for Taylor, Deckard and Fisher. First time that Taylor has gone to the bench here in the second half. They replace Stratman and Huffman. 2 to shoot for Indiana Wesleyan as Lang will get it in on the near side corner. Everybody backing off for Taylor. Lang trying to get it in, throws it away from everybody, so Netsley will scoop it up, and now Davis will try to beat her back, but there's a teammate cutting. It's Abby Books, whose left-hand floater is missed short, and that would have given Taylor a 7-point lead, which would have been their biggest of the second quarter. A missed opportunity on a missed layup by the Trojans. Second wide-open layup we've seen Taylor leave short today. Trexler being challenged by B-Books in the man-to-man near side of the floor. Goodwin, far side to Davis in front of the Taylor bench. Pass to Groninger, almost too far for her, but she's able to haul it back in. Near side Goodwin, left-hand drive. Netzley cuts her off with 7 to shoot. Outside to Trexler with 5. Jump stop, 18-foot rainbow try off the back rim. Goodwin gets the rebound in traffic for Indiana Wesleyan as Fisher's there to pester. Less than 2 to go here in quarter number 2. The offenses have slowed after that blistering stretch where the teams made 7 straight threes between them in the first quarter. 9 to shoot again. High pass. Getting away was Lang, and Fisher got her on the arm on the entry pass with 7 to shoot. Fisher's first one, second one against Taylor here in the second quarter as Van Dyke ready to return here for Indiana Wesleyan. No Kayla Kirtley for Taylor today. She was a thorn in IWU's side when these teams met in January. Trexler will exit in place of the aforementioned Van Dyke. Kayla hit 5 threes, a career high in that win over Iowa in January. Goodwin far side, a flip of a 3 is off target. Hits the floor off of Abby Brooks' leg, and she's able to snag it just before it goes out of bounds. The other thing with Kirtley is with that 6-foot frame, she's able to defend forwards down low. Pitch from Decker to float from Abby Brooks strong, tips off the rim, and Van Dyke has the rebound once again for Indiana Wesleyan. Van Dyke, her third rebound here of the opening half. 83 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Iowa with the ball trailing by 5. They have yet to lead today. Van Dyke back to the near side. Good and a little shimmy shake and drive. Cut off by Fisher. She'll flip it far side to the cutting Groninger. Double team. Goodwin heaves up a 3, and she switched that one from straight away. Second triple made today by Janae Goodwin. She's 2 of 4. And a long scoring drought from both sides ended by Indiana Wesleyan. They're back to within a deuce. Down 27-25. Less than a minute to go in halftime. Deckard, far side hash mark. Groninger defends. Deckard, a handoff to Netzley. Van Dyke overplaying the left hand of Netzley. Spins right back. She'll pitch to the near side and B Books. 8 to shoot. B jump stops with 7, with 6. Now 5 and 4. Netzley's got to go with 3. Angling, floating, missing off the right side rim. And that's a couple of bad possessions back-to-back for Taylor. Deckard pressures Van Dyke in the backcourt. She'll flip it over to the far side and Goodwin. About 7 seconds between game and shot clock as Taylor has passed up some wide open looks here in this opening half, and they have not gotten buckets off the extra pass. Game clock down to 18, shot clock down to 10. Iowa trying to take their first lead of the day, down by 2. Goodwin, right-hand dribble. From the top, back to Groninger. A 3 is rejected by Abby Books with 2. Groninger doesn't know how much time is left, and Abby Books with a big swat gives the ball back to the Trojans with 6.4 to go in the first half. So 6.4, Taylor will bring it to the front court, leading by 2. Netzley with 4, with 3, with 2. Abby lets it go before the horn, off target on a wild shot. And that'll be how the first half comes to a close. Both teams held well below their season averages in first half scoring, and Taylor has a 2-point clearance as we head to halftime. The 7th-ranked Trojans lead the 17th-ranked Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats 27-25 here on the Trojan Sports Network. The BSN Sports Halftime Report is next on the Trojan Sports Network.
The purpose of the Athletics Day of Giving is to give our alumni, parents, friends, and supporters an opportunity on one day to give back directly to the program that has impacted their life. It's something that other schools have tried and had success with. And in working with our development office, we were looking for ways to streamline our process of raising money for our athletic programs. We've seen incredible success over the last decade in the fundraising for our athletic department. We've had an explosion of new facilities, upgrades to our current facilities, equipment, scholarship support, and many of our teams have been able to travel domestically and overseas on mission trips. We are planning to do our Athletics Day of Giving every February and hope that you will mark your calendar each year and continue to support the work we do here in the athletic department at Taylor University. Go Trojans!
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center. which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel. Boy, do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Back here inside Odell Arena, Rick Johnson with you. This is The BSN Sports Halftime Report, and at the break, number 7 Taylor leads number 17 Indiana Wesleyan by 2, 27-25. The Trojans went on a 12-0 run to turn a 5-5 tie into a 17-5 advantage in that opening quarter. Iowa answered with 9 straight, all from 3 as well. Ironically enough, in that stretch for both teams, neither team's field goal was made from inside the arc. Iowa got one more point than Taylor in that second quarter, 11-10. And that's how we get to our 27-25 halftime score. The Trojans, both teams shooting below their season averages, and both are right at about 46% on the season. Taylor just 10 of 32, 31%, 7 of 16 from 3. They're 44% from the stripe today. Indiana Wesleyan 9 of 23 from the floor, 39%. They were 7 of 18 from beyond the arc, for 39%. That is well above their season averages. So both teams shooting below their season averages for a total field goal, but both teams shooting above their season averages from beyond the arc. Also, neither team got to the line at all in the opening half. Iowa averages 19 free throw attempts per game. Taylor averages 17. Rebounds even at 17 apiece. Taylor had 7 offensive boards to Iowa's 4, but each team only had 2 second chance points in the opening half. Turnovers, Taylor had just 1, none in the second quarter. Iowa had 6, including 5 in the second quarter. The Trojans outscored Iowa 5-0 off the turnover. Bench scoring is what's keeping Iowa in this one. They've outscored the Taylor bench 14-0, highlighted by 6 by Adriana Trexler and 6 by Gabby Suarez. Those are the top 2 scores for Iowa. Both have made 2 threes here this afternoon. Janae Goodwin has also knocked down 2 triples as well. She also has 6 points. Their leading scorer, Dayton Groninger, is 0 of 3 from the floor, all from beyond the arc. No points for Groninger today. Davis, 3 points, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Bailey Van Dyke with a hoop. Carly Lang with 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting. And Ann Seacrest coming off those 28 points, a career high on Wednesday. Played just 9 minutes and 4 seconds in the opening half. She did not attempt a shot, and she's one of the better post players in the Crossroads League. Sarah McLemore also played in the opening half, but did not attempt a shot. The Trojans, led by the always efficient Becca Books, a game-high 14 points, 5 of 8 shooting, 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. Becca is 1 3 away from tying her single season mark that she set a year ago. 9 points from Haley Stratman, all on threes, and then 2 from Netzley and 2 from Abby Books, and that is it. Deckard, Fisher, Huffman all played in the first half, but did not score. Abby Books struggled to find her shot. She was just 1 of 10 from the floor, but she does have a game-high 6 rebounds and also has 3 assists. Netzley with her 2 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. The men's teams for both respective squads are on the floor right now warming up. They will play coming up at about 3 o'clock today. Make sure to stay tuned after the women's game is done for the Senior Day festivities for both the men and the women. Before our men's game gets going, it'll be right here on this YouTube broadcast, and then we will start the men's broadcast. So stay tuned for that, but an exciting second half coming up after this. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report. At the break, number 7 Taylor leads number 17 Indiana Wesleyan 27-25 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The purpose of the Athletics Day of Giving is to give our alumni, parents, friends, and supporters an opportunity on one day to give back directly to the program that has impacted their life. It's something that other schools have tried and had success with. And in working with our development office, we were looking for ways to streamline our process of raising money for our athletic programs. We've seen incredible success over the last decade in the fundraising for our athletic department. We've had an explosion of new facilities, upgrades to our current facilities, equipment, scholarship support, and many of our teams have been able to travel domestically and overseas on mission trips. We are planning to do our Athletics Day of Giving every February and hope that you will mark your calendar each year and continue to support the work we do here in the athletic department at Taylor University. Go Trojans!
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Play that old song! You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You gotta have the music that you listeners to listen to.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Our second half is ready to get underway here from Odell Arena. Indiana Wesleyan will start with the ball. They'll go from left to right in red, white numbers and white letters on those uniforms today. Taylor in the home whites, gold numbers, purple letters in the purple trim. Both teams start their 5 starters to start of the game. Dayton Groninger, Madison Davis, Janae Goodwin, Carly Lang, and Ann Seacrest for Indiana Wesleyan. Seacrest was the last one out of the locker room and did not attempt a shot for Iwu after the break. They try to go to her here on the near side of the floor, but Groninger can't get it down to her. Far side to Madison Davis, Iwu down by 2. They have yet to lead today. Skip pass to Goodwin. Cutting off the passing lane was A. Books. 9 to shoot. Iwu's bled a lot of shot clock today on most of their possessions. Screen and roll back to Lang with 5. Two-hand bullet down to Seacrest, tied up by Netzley. A hailed ball. We'll send it back to the Trojans as Netzley knifes down on another post player for Indiana Wesleyan today. Second or third time we've seen 20 in white do that today. The Trojans counter with their starting 5. Sydney Huffman, the aforementioned Jamie Netzley, Haley Stratman, and Abby and Becca Books. Taylor from right to left, their first possession of quarter 3, leading by 2. Handoff B-Books from A-Books, almost knocking it away is Goodwin. B stops just inside the right side arc. Low bounce pass, Huffman gathers it in volleyball line. Goodwin out there to defend. Huffman with 10 to shoot. Stratman fires a 3-ball long off the back rim. Netzley and B-Books collide. Loose ball near side. Abby-Books dives on it, tries to save it. She's tied up, and the held ball will send it back to Indiana Wesleyan. Long rebound came out on that Stratman 3-point try. So both teams suffer a held ball, and we're right back where we started. 58 seconds off the clock here in quarter 3. Taylor still in front by a deuce. Groninger to Sechrist, right side, no shots in the first half. Netzley got her on the arm on the help side defense, and for the first time today, free throws will be coming for either team. First foul on Jamie. Both teams were relatively foul-free in the first half. Iwu had 5, no one with more than 2. That was Lang. And Taylor, that's just their 4th foul of the day, and no one with more than 1. Sechrist, a good free throw shooter. She'll knuckleball the first one up and in for her first point today. Sechrist, the transfer from Youngstown State, her second year at Indiana Wesleyan. 71% free throw shooter. She swishes both. And that ties our game at 27, our second tie of the afternoon. 1 minute and 10 seconds here into the third quarter. Netzley takes a bounce pass high right side, runs her defender into a B-Books screen. The low bounce pass too low for Becca to gather in, and that's Taylor's second turnover of the day. And now Indiana Wesleyan with an opportunity to take their first lead of the afternoon. 8:44 to go here in quarter number 3. Tied at 27 in a low-scoring affair between both teams. Some light pressure in the backcourt here for Taylor. Goodwin floats it near side to the front court, near sideline Groninger. They look Sechrist's way, but they can't get it to her. Left elbow Lang. Wanted to go to Sechrist, could not as Netzley shadowing back. Goodwin holds near side, top of the key now spun all the way far side Groninger. They go to the Sechrist, double team comes, nice cut down low for Lang, she lays it in, and Indiana Wesleyan has their first lead of the day thanks to a 9-0 start in the first minute and 45 seconds of the third quarter. The double team came, Lang was able to sneak down the paint, and Sechrist found her. Near side A-Books, 1 of 10 shooting in the opening half. Netzley was the go-to player when these teams met in January. A-Books drives baseline left on Lang. Jump stop, floats it far corner to Stratman. She caught it out of bounds. And that's back-to-back turnovers for Taylor. And after such a beautiful start in the opening quarter, a complete opposite start here to start quarter 3. 2 turnovers and 4 straight points for Iwu has given them a 29-27 lead. Just over 2 minutes gone here in quarter number 3. Goodwin, Netzley makes her pick up the bounce before the half-court line. And then Goodwin gets it back from Groninger at the top. Near side to Davis, left-hand pass to the circle to the right side edge, and Lang. Groninger holding over her head. Her lazy pass was intercepted. It was short and off target, gobbled up by A-Books. She'll jump stop and find the trailing Sydney Huffman. A long 3-ball is off the back of the rim. Her first shot of the day, or second shot of the day, first one from 3. That would have put Taylor back in front by 1. They remain down 29-27. 2:40 gone here in quarter 3. Groninger from straight away. Lang left side high to Goodwin on the left edge. Into the corner to Davis, guarded by the shorter Huffman. Lang with B-Books giving her space, one-hand pass Goodwin. And she jumped and traveled as she caught the pass and then hopped. Turnover for Indiana Wesleyan, their second one of the second half. They have 8 today. Taylor with 3 here so far in the early going of quarter number 3. Still down by 2. The Trojans have yet to score. They've now gone scoreless for over 6 minutes. They went scoreless the last 3:59 of the first half. They haven't scored in the first 3 minutes here of quarter number 3. Netzley trying to change that with the Trojans down by 2. Netzley guarded by Sechrist. Stopping and starting with 9. Bang, skips Stratman trying to find that 4th 3 of the day, and she rattles that one in from the left edge. And that ends the long scoring drought for the Trojans. Stratman in double figures with 12, and Taylor back in front by 1 on a big 3 from the senior Stratman. Davis across the timeline, half-court trap comes, high pass to Lang, able to haul it in, whips it near side to Groninger. She's 0 of 3 today, and she'll be 0 of 4. Weak side rebound, Stratman saves it, knocked off by Sechrist. Taylor's fans saying it goes off of Iwu, and the fans in the first 2 rows get their wish. Groninger, their top scorer for Indiana Wesleyan at 15 points tonight, having her best season at Iwu, is scoreless today, 0 of 4 from the floor. And after an almost 7-minute scoring drought, the Stratman 3 has given Taylor the 1-point advantage. 6:10 to go here in quarter 3. B-Books fakes and drives, and Davis gets called for the armbar. First one on Davis, first one against Iwu here in quarter number 3. No subs yet for either side, but Suarez and Trexler looking like they're ready to check in at a moment's notice. Seacrest will guard the Stratman inbounds pass near sideline. Near edge, B-Books. Davis right there on the catch. B tried to go baseline left, cut off. Huffman looking A-Books' way. She'll attack with a right hand, get right to the lane. She'll lay it off too strong with a right hand. And there's the third missed layup for Taylor today on 3 really, really strong looks. 4 minutes gone here in quarter number 3. Iowa with the ball. They trail, though, by 1, 30-29, in a low-scoring affair between two of the top teams in the Crossroads League. Lang high left side, right side Seacrest screen. Stratman switches to her. Davis, a contested 3 off the near side of the rim, up off the basket support. And it'll go back to Taylor as Davis is 1 of 4 from three-point distance today. Here come the subs for Iwu. Gabby Suarez, Sarah McLemore, and Bailey Van Dyke make their first second-half appearances. Seacrest, Groninger, and Goodwin all exit. Suarez, some light pressure in the backcourt as now she'll back off as Huffman will take the inbounds pass. Taylor's not gone to the bench yet. 5:31 remaining here in this third quarter. Taylor with a 1-point advantage, 30-29. Huffman, low bounce pass. B-Books now off to Stratman. She got an edge. She goes over 3 defenders, but that one missed just a hair long by Netzley as she blew by Van Dyke, but another long, strong layup for the Trojans. Cannot find the bottom of the net. Still a 1-point deficit here for Iowa with the ball. They go from left to right in white. So we approach the halfway point of quarter number 3. Davis, high pass, left elbow extended to Lang. They want to go down low to McLemore. She'll skip it near side to Van Dyke, whose 3 is short off the near side rim. It's pinballed around. Stratman falls on it, tried to get it off to B-Books, and right before Lang could steal it clean, a held ball is called, and Taylor's the beneficiary as that ball will go back to them. 4:53 to go here in quarter number 3. Taylor with the ball leading by 1. They've led by as many as 12. They've trailed by as many as 2. That was here in this third quarter thanks to the 4-0 Iowa start. Huffman thought about going end-to-end, spins and kicks it far side. Stratman a 3, short off the far side rim. But there's Becca Books for a knifing rebound over Davis. And then she lays it up and in with a reverse layup from left to right with a right hand. After falling behind by 2, a 5-0 spurt for the Trojans have given them a 3-point lead. And then right before Davis threw the ball away, she stepped out of bounds. She fell down from the double team by Netzley and B-Books. And right before she went tumbling down to the floor on a foul, her heel stepped on the sideline, and Taylor will get the ball back. Trexler, Adriana Trexler, the former state champ at Oak Hill. Their head coach Todd Law down to our right. Coach Law's father, Jim Law, the very successful football coach here at Taylor in the 80s, and my former broadcast partner. Coach Law's watching. What's up, Coach Law? And they get B-Books for a moving screen. She stepped into McLemore and gave her a little bit of a bump. And McLemore got chucked hard. Second one on B, second one against Taylor here in the third. Now the pressure will be ramped up from the Trojans here in the backcourt. And now they back off. As quickly as they made it down there, they back off, and now they'll sit there a little bit. Those pesky, pesky Trojans. Floating far side from Van Dyke to Suarez. Suarez double team. Errant pass hauled in by Van Dyke. And then Van Dyke elbows Netzley in the face. Taylor screams for a foul that won't come. Trexler's 3 no good. It's tapped around and Suarez has it. Tapped out of bounds by Taylor. But the entire Taylor bench and head coach Jody Martinez came off the bench looking for an offensive foul as Netzley was planted on the parquet floor. A very physical game here today. And that will continue here in quarter 3. Shot clock recessed to 20. Less than 4 to go in the third stanza. Davis a screen and roll with McLemore. She'll barrel over Netzley, and that's a charge. And McLemore picks up her second personal foul. And this time Netzley does draw that charge. Second foul against Iwu here in the third. And here come the subs for Taylor. Deckard and Fisher. Meredith Deckard, Madison Fisher. Neither took a shot in the opening half. They replaced Netzley and Huffman. The Trojans could really use Deckard's 3-point shooting. She comes in at 52% from beyond the arc this year, tops in NAIA D2, and tops in the country no matter the level of women's basketball from the 5'5 sophomore guard Deckard. 5-0 spurt for the Trojans that put them back in front by 3. Fisher thought about taking Trexler off the bounce, gives off to A-Books. A little pressure comes from Suarez. A-Books picks it up and gives off to B-Books. 15 to shoot, a head fake and a drive. Free throw line, jump stop, Becca. Far side hash mark Stratman, now 10 to shoot. Back to B with 9, with 8 and 7. Davis, good defense with 5. B-Books goes sashaying down the lane and lays it in with a right hand. 4 in a row for B-Books, and the Trojans' lead is 5. 34-29 as we approach 3 to go here in quarter 3. Groninger ready to check in at the next dead ball for IWU. Davis, mid-post right, Van Dyke, spun around the arc to Suarez, fakes the 3 and drives nicely, jump stop through contact, and Suarez floats it home. 8 for Gabby Suarez, the CCU transfer. And that ends a long scoring drought for Indiana Wesleyan. They're back to within 3, down 34-31, as Seacrest ready to check in for IWU as well. One dribble, Fisher, whips it up to the right side high in A-Books. High pass to B-Books with Davis defending, skipping it far side to A-Books. Back to B at the free throw line, trying to go up and under, angling, no. Tapped away near side Trexler. McLemore tries to save it in. She does, right to Trexler as she got it away from B-Books. Taylor's head coach Jody Martinez screaming for a foul that won't come across from us. Davis thought about going end to end, whips it to the open Suarez near side arc. 2:20 to go in the third. IWU with the ball down by 3. Trexler holds up top, the freshman, to the newcomer Davis. Suarez to tie the game, and she does from the left side. Third made 3 of the day for Suarez. She came in with just 12. That's a new IWU career high for Suarez, and she scored 5 in a row. And the game now level at 34. And then right before Fisher passed it away, she gets called for the travel on the free throw line. McLemore and Davis out. Groninger and Seacrest in for Indiana Wesleyan. 6th turnover for Taylor today. 11 for Indiana Wesleyan. Less than 2 to go here in the third, and a good one brewing from Odell Arena. Taylor with light pressure in the backcourt. Suarez will jog across the center jump circle. Left hand as she walks to the far side of the floor. She scored the last 5 in a row for the Wildcats. Trying to make it 8 in a row with a 3. She does not, but Deckard will be called for the foul, and Suarez will go to the line for 3 free throws. First one on Meredith, the third one against Taylor here in the quarter. Lang re-enters for Indiana Wesleyan, replacing the freshman Trexler. Suarez has not gone to the line a lot since joining the IWU club in December. She's 9 of 15 for 60%. But the 11 points from her today is a new IWU career high. The first one, a line drive, will skip off the rim. 2 more to come. Either one of these free throws will give IWU the lead back. They scored the first 4 of this third quarter to lead 29-27. And Suarez will hit the front rim to get the bounce here. She scored 6 here in the third quarter. IWU's lead is 1, 35-34. And this one trying to tie their biggest lead of the afternoon. And she will, this time on a swish. So 7 in a row for Suarez. She scored all but 4 of the points for IWU here in this third quarter as Deckard will wheel to the front court. She's out there with Fisher, Books, and Stratman. 93 seconds remaining here in the quarter number 3. Taylor with the ball down 2, shooting on the basket to our left. Fisher to her right hand with Seacrest defending. Far side, Deckard. Stratman through a double team. One dribble to set herself. She's fouled and almost got the roll, but Stratman's going to the line for 2 thanks to a nifty pass from Meredith Deckard. There were 2 defenders there. Stratman caught it, dribbled to set herself, and just missed spinning home an and one opportunity. Second one on Groninger of IWU, the third one against the Wildcats here in the third. Stratman to the line for 2 free throws, both to tie the game. The first one is good. 13 for Haley Stratman. 4 here in this quarter. Her best season shooting the free throws is right here as a senior at 80%. This one to tie the game at 36. Front rim gets that home court roll. 5 in the quarter for Stratman, 14 for the game. And our contest is leveled at 36. Double team comes just out of the reach of B-Books. And now here comes IWU on a 3-on-2 break. Lang goes in, jump stop comes, pitching it back out low on a bounce pass to Van Dyke. Groninger passes up a wide open 3, maneuvering to the paint. She goes in, and it's a travel on Groninger, and her rough day continues. Groninger 0 of 4 from the floor, passed up a wide open 3, and she's an excellent 3-point shooter at 41%. She'll exit after the travel as Davis comes in to get her. But the rough afternoon for Groninger continues, and with 68 seconds remaining in the third, the Trojans have an opportunity to go back in front with the game even at 36. Taylor in white from right to left. IWU defends in red. They're in the man-to-man. Fisher picks to the bounce, couldn't get a handoff to Deckard, and now Meredith comes back and does get that handoff. We're below a minute to go here in the third. Lang defending Deckard. Now she'll back her out near the half-court line. Deckard Right-hand drive, down the lane, off balance prayer, no. Good defense by Lang, and now she'll try to get away from the pressure of Fisher and Decker. Two-hand fling, far side to Suarez. About 13 seconds between game and shot clock, so Taylor should get the ball back with the game level at 36. Suarez, right side circle. Decker defends, near side Van Dyke. Down low to Seacrest, double team comes. Fisher knocked it away. The Trojans and everybody trying to fall on. Lang comes away with it, and just before she could get tied up, Indiana Wesleyan calls a timeout. That's the second or third time we've seen that ball pop between a couple of different Trojans' legs on a loose ball. 30-second timeout for Indiana Wesleyan. Will take it with them with 22 and 3/10 of a second remaining in the third and 9 seconds to shoot. Game level at 36.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Special shout out to all of our Taylor basketball alums watching today. Aubrey Wright in St. Louis, Kendall Bradbury, Lacey Garrett over in Ireland, Josie Cobb, Emma Bratton, and Taylor Degenkolb all in the stands here today. Now Taylor Dye. 9 to shoot out of the IWU timeout. Just about 22 seconds remaining in the third. The game even at 36. Van Dyke takes the inbounds pass, accelerates down the left side of the lane, gets it up and in with a right hand on a tough bucket. Second hoop of the day for Van Dyke. She's got 4, and with 12 seconds left in the third, Taylor can hold for the final shot. Down by 2. Now 8, Fisher drives, B. Books for the lead, got it from the left side, and Becca Books ties her single season three-point makes record. Suarez can't get the shot off, and the assassin Becca Books gives Taylor a 1-point lead, 39-38, heading to the fourth.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
So here we go, the fourth quarter to decide it. B. Books, her 5th 3 today, gives her 110 on the year and ties her single season mark for made threes that she set a year ago. 39-38 the Taylor lead. Indiana Wesleyan will start with the ball. They've got their 5 starters on the floor. Goodwin, Lang, actually make it 4 of the 5 starters as Groninger will start on the bench. Van Dyke will take her spot. Lang, one-hand flip out Davis, a lefty 3, no, off the near side rim. Stratman and A. Books are there for the miss. Davis just 1 of 5 from distance today. She's the second best three-point shooter for Indiana Wesleyan. B. Books with a single season record off the far side rim. Huffman will gather it in the far baseline. First possession for Taylor here of this fourth quarter. They lead 39-38 thanks to the 110th. B. Books 3, Netzley's 3 is short off the far side rim as it just slipped out of her hand. And both teams empty on their opening possessions of quarter 4. Lang will bring it up for Indiana Wesleyan. She's out there with Davis, Seacrest, Van Dyke, and Goodwin, who gets it on the left side high. Back to Lang. B. Books giving her space to the far corner, and Goodwin. Left block Sechrest. Double team comes Netzley. Back out Goodwin. A three. No. Off the bottom of the backboard. Taylor couldn't get to it. Lang had it. And then B-Books fouled her down low. Third one on Becca. And the first one here in the fourth. So Becca's got to be careful here to not pick up that fourth foul. Only 57 seconds into the fourth. 1 point Taylor lead. They get it into Davis. Far side hash mark. A long three ball. Hits hard off the front rim. Netzley fights everybody. She goes tumbling down. Taylor looks for a foul that won't come. Davis 1 of 6 from three. And then Netzley got a little aggressive, and Iwu looking for an intentional foul. Netzley comes in on Van Dyke, and now they call the reach in on Netzley on the second one. Second one on Jamie. The first one, she really wound up but got all of the ball. This time she came in across the forearm. That's the second foul against Taylor in the fourth, less than 2 minutes in. Shot clock resets to 20. Iowa with the ball still down by 1. Lang on the near baseline's got to get it in quick. Heaves it up. Netzley had it, goes off of Goodwin. She goes in the backcourt. They're going to say that was deflected by Netzley, and that allows Goodwin to go across half court. Just inside the arc, top of the key is Lang. Leans over, drives left hand, spins to her right. She'll travel in the paint. Good defense by Abby and Becca Books. 13th turnover today by the visitors. The Trojans have outscored Iwu 8-2 off the turnover today. A low scoring affair. Iwu averages 69 points per game, Taylor 78. And if either of those teams get to that, they're going to have a white-hot fourth quarter as Taylor leads 39-38 right now. Right elbow Netzley, Lang defense, nice shimmy shake, almost traveled. B-Books for the single season record, and Becca Books has made 111 threes here in her senior season campaign. 24 for 44, and Taylor leads by 4. It's 6 in a row for the All-American B-Books, and then a 10-second violation as Iwu fell asleep, bringing the ball from the backcourt. And all head coach Ethan Whaley can do is smile with his hands on his hips across from us and turn around and have a pleasant conversation with Chuck Landis of the Chronicle Tribune. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Netzley between the circles. Far side Huffman. Right hand drive floating. Stratman a long three near side. No. And Sechrest will get it now. She's galloping to the front court. Sechrest cut off by Netzley, turns the corner there. Stratman. Sechrest goes banging into Stratman. Missed a wild prayer that she tried to flip up from her right hip. Rebounded by Abby Books. That's her 9th. Here's B-Books. How about 112? Yeah, for Becca Books. 27 for Becca Books. She's taken the game over. It's Becca Books' world, and we're all just living in it. 9 in a row for the All-American. Iwu takes a full timeout as the Trojans, thanks to Becca Books, lead 45-38.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Nothing run by Becca Books. The 3 to end the third to give Taylor the lead. And then bang, bang. How about 112 threes for B, the most made by a player in a single season for the women's basketball program, breaking the record that Becca Books set a year ago at 110. Out of the full Iwu timeout, Suarez throws it away. B-Books will steal it as they couldn't handle the defensive pressure from the Trojans. Netzley wide open, baseline right, jump stop. How about 4 in a row for Becca? That one's short, but Netzley goes soaring in off of whose legs? Off of Iwu, and it stays with Taylor as Netzley again continues to make winning plays today. 7:24, still a lot of time left in this fourth quarter, but Taylor has opened up a 7-point lead. Inbounds B-Books, driving down the right side of the lane. A jump stop and tries to find help and does far sideline Netzley. Groninger came in during the timeout. Netzley tiptoeing the baseline. Stratman fakes, tried to get around Seacrest, could not. Now 9 to shoot. Huffman from straightaway backs it out with 6. Tried to take Suarez to the rack. Drive and pitch A-Books with 2. Angling Abby off balance, no. Did it hit the bottom of the rim? No, it did not. Hit just the glass. And the shot clock violation will send it back to Indiana Wesleyan as they trail Taylor by 7. They have not scored a point here in this fourth quarter with 2:57 gone in the aforementioned fourth. Groninger almost traveled from a double team in the backcourt, picks it up, throws a heave to the far side, and Suarez. Netzley and Abby Books defending. They'll fling it up across the timeline, and Lang able to haul it in as his full court press has given Iwu fits here in this second half. Iwu looking for their first points of the fourth, trying to stop the personal 9-0 run by B-Books dating back to the end of the third. Down low to Groninger, got her on the arm. We can hear the smack up here, but she'll miss the shot and is now 0 of 5 today as Taylor gets away with one down low. Huffman flings it to the front court near sideline A-Books, and Taylor will slow it down, leading by 7. They've led by as many as 12, but that was all the way back in the first quarter. This is their biggest lead here of the second half. 12 to shoot. Near sideline, B-Books, Davis defends. Now 9 to shoot. B drives back inside the arc to A-Books with 5. Davis guarding her with 4. A-Books crab dribbles, angling, scooping. Got it! Abby Books got it as she snaked her way in for just her second field goal today. Suarez dropped the ball. Now she's got to deal with the Books twins. She'll fling it to the front court, and Lang will outrace Huffman. 9-point Taylor lead, and they get B-Books on the bump on Lang, and that's the 4th one on Becca. She's the only player on the floor with more than 3 fouls. So Becca will have to exit. Madison Fisher comes in to get her. Becca's been lethal today, 7 of 11 from 3, 27 points, 10 of 16 from the floor. But someone else will have to pick up the slack. She scored the last 9 in a row for Taylor. Top of the key, Lang, outside the arc, left side high, Davis. Suarez down to Seacrest. Netzley comes to the double team. Back out to Suarez. Has had a splendid day. That one 3, no, left corner. And Abby Books has rebound number 10. As Suarez, 3 of 6 from downtown, but has an Iwu career high of 13 points. And then Davis gets called for the hand check foul, trying to slow down the speedy Huffman. Second on Davis. First one against the Wildcats here in the fourth quarter. Here comes Adriana Trexler, the former high school teammate of Taylor's signee, Taylor Westgate. If you haven't seen Taylor Westgate play, ooh, baby, she is good. Stratman will get it in near sideline in the front court. Shot clock is to 30. 5:33 remaining in the fourth. A 9-0 Becca Books run has given Taylor this 9-point advantage. Driving, Huffman flings it far side to Fisher. Clapping forward to Stratman at the top. Still plenty of time to work for Taylor with 17 to shoot. Netzley drives into the air. Huffman. Baseline left drive to the cutting Stratman. Wide open drive. Haley Stratman lays her home with a left hand. 16 for Haley Stratman, putting on a show on senior day. And then Suarez almost turns it over in the backcourt. And now here comes Trexler running. But Netzley picks her pocket from behind like a thief. And now Odell Arena getting the loudest it's been all day. Abby Books drives through a double team. Bank it in for Abby Books. 4 in the fourth, and Taylor pouring it on. They lead by 13, their biggest lead today. Iwu, a full timeout. Trojans up 13, 51-38, with 4:51 remaining in the fourth.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger.
It is a 15-0 Taylor run. They were down 38-36. B-Books' 3 put them up at the end of the third. And Iowa's missed all 6 shots here in this fourth quarter so far, and they trail by a game-high 13. Iowa with 1 timeout left as Lang will try to deal with the half-court trap of Fisher, who jumps and gets her on the arms. Second one on Fisher. That's the third one against Taylor make it the fourth one against the Trojans here in the fourth. B. Books has been their best offensive player today, but Becca's on the bench right now with 4 personal fouls. Iowa has not scored a bucket in a long time. 0 of 6 so far to start in the fourth. Lang at the top. They go into the paint to Seacrest. Lang drives, puts that shoulder into Stratman. That's a charge, and we're going the other way. Third one on Lang. She had the position, then tucked that shoulder in and barreled into the chest of Stratman. Second one against Iowa in the fourth. Fisher out, B-Books back in, and Fisher gets a nice ovation. 4:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. Taylor trying to sweep the season series with Indiana Wesleyan. A game-high 13-point lead right now. Taylor on a 15-0 run dating back to the end of the third quarter. Huffman, a high middle screen from Stratman, who's been stellar all day. Stratman, or Megan Huffman, steps into a three, and she hits it from straight on. Huffman's first bucket of the day, and it's an 18-0 Avalanche, and Taylor leads 54-38 with 4 to go in regulation. Groninger across the timeline. She is 0 of 5 from the floor today. They go to left block, Seacrest. Double team Netsley. Seacrest dribbles out. Wanted to go to Groninger in the paint. Now does left block. Groninger into Netsley. That's a charge. Second one drawn by Netsley today. And that's the third one on the leading scorer, Groninger, whose dreadful day continues to add chapters. 0 of 5. And now 3 personal fouls as Groninger has just been unable to find a groove, coming off her 1,000th career point scored on Wednesday. Huffman drives, fingertip catch by A-Books left side. It is an 18-0 Taylor run right now, dating back to the end of the third quarter. They've turned a 2-point deficit into a 16-point clearance. Netsley with 5 to shoot. Wants to take Seacrest to the rack with 4. Kick, Abby Books with 2. She's got to let it go. Does, floats it home, perfect. 6 in the quarter for Abby Books, 8 in the game, and Taylor on a 20-0 run. Remember the number 20? That's how much Taylor was down by when these two teams played in January. Lang trying to get something going, and finally, at the 3:06 mark, Iowa finally scores as Lang hits a 3. Less than 3 to go here, 2:55. Taylor with a 15-point lead. Lang just 26%, but needed to get some type of offense going for Iowa, and she did. Netsley drives all the way to the near side corner. A right-hand bounce, Seacrest defending. Netsley angles away, and then Seacrest slipped and fouled Netsley from behind. First one on Seacrest, and number 3 against Iowa here in the fourth. Shot clock will reset to 20 with 2:42 remaining here in the fourth. Trexler in, replacing Seacrest. Seacrest 0 of 1 today, 2 of 2 from the line. Timeout full, taken by Taylor University's head coach Jody Martinez. Indiana Wesleyan went over almost 7 minutes scoreless to start the fourth quarter, and they find themselves down by 15 with 2:42 remaining in the fourth. We're back with more after this.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Taylor went on a 20-0 run. They trailed by 2 to lead by 18. A Lang 3 has brought Iowa back to within 15 with 2:42 remaining in the fourth. Taylor trying to go perfect in the regular season at home for the second year in a row. Huffman drives. She finds a wide open Netzley down low, and Netzley gets the easiest bucket of her season. 4 for Jamie on a nice find from Huffman. That's Sydney's 5th dime of the day, and Taylor back in front by 17. With 2:22 and counting, Goodwin trying to get the offense going, and she'll switch a 3 from the high right side. Her 3rd triple today. That's her first scoring of the second half. She's got 9 points. And Taylor's lead down to 14 with 2:09 remaining in quarter 4. And now Taylor thought about going to the weave up top. Instead, Netzley will run the show. Groninger defends. Netzley drives, stops at the elbow, driving, finding open B-Books near side. Davis guards with 11 to shoot, less than 2 to go in the 4th. Abby Books a jab step, thought about a long 3, now 7, now 6. Through the B-Books left side screen, pass to Netzley, baseline left with 3. Here's Stratman, lets it go before the horn, just off the bottom of the glass. And Taylor gets called for another shot clock violation. 1:42 to go in quarter 4. Taylor's lead is 14, and the Trojans have got the full court press on. It's been these 5 starters, the 5 Taylor seniors, that have carried the weight today. Very minimal bench play out of the Trojans this afternoon. Goodwin fires a pass and almost hit the rim. Here's Davis, a high arcing 3. No, it hit Trexler right in the hands. She missed it, and it's the rebound is Becca Books's. That is her 5th. Abby Books with 8 points and 10 boards. The 10 rebounds leads the game today, and a foul up top on Goodwin on a hand check on the speedy Huffman. And that's the 5th one against the Wildcats. Taylor, the best free throw shooting team in NAIA D2, at just a tick below 80%. They've gone to the line twice today, and they made both of them. Now it's back in the 3rd quarter. First one from Huffman, good. 4 for Huffman, all here in this 4th quarter. Both teams shooting well below their season averages in free throw attempts as Huffman makes the second one. Been a relatively clean game day from the fouls disparity standpoint. Taylor leads by 16. They've led by as many as 17. Davis pitching outside to Trexler with 69 seconds left to go in the 4th. Back to Davis. The lefty fires a 3, and that one hit off the high glass, taken off the floor by Jamie Netzley. Davis just 1 of 8 from downtown. The Trojans got greedy, trying to throw it up to B-Books, and Davis makes up for it. And Taylor head coach Jody Martinez not happy with his team's 9th turnover of the day. Goodwin, the senior, stops and gives it back to the freshman Trexler. Drives right by Stratman. Netzley came knifing in. She got her on the arm, trying to go for the ball, and Trexler got the and 1, and she'll go to the line for a chance at 3. 3rd one on Jamie, and now both teams are in the double bonus. Trexler to the line for 1, front rim, right rim, all the rim. Trexler, really good free throw shooter, 81%. And she has got 9 points, does Trexler, but that's her first scoring since quarter number 1. And it comes with less than 40 seconds remaining in the contest today. Taylor leads by 13, 60-47. They potentially can hold Iwu 20 points below their season average. The Trojans are held 18 points below their season average. 10 to shoot. Huffman with 9 and 8. Driving on the right side, accelerating, bumping, and will go to the line for 2 as Goodwin gets called for foul number 3 for Iwu. Shot clock turned off with 22 and 1/10 of a second left in this one. But it was a 20-0 avalanche from the end of the 3rd quarter to the beginning of the 4th that turned the game on its ear. Becca Books' 3 gave Taylor a 39-38 lead at the end of the 3rd. Huffman makes the first of 2 free throws here. And then it was just an avalanche that Iwu had no chance to stop. Huffman makes both. 4 of 4 from the stripe today, all 7 of her points here in the 4th. Taylor up by 15, shot clock turned off. With 15 seconds left, Goodwin to the top. Trexler driving a left hand, goes in. Right hand finger roll off the high glass is good, and Trexler's in double figures with 11. 9 seconds left. Huffman will jog to the front court. Odell Arena rises to its feet as Taylor will complete the season sweep of cross-county rival Indiana Wesleyan. Final today, 62-49 in favor of the home team, the 7th-ranked Taylor Trojans. Taylor had a 12-point lead in the first quarter thanks to 4 straight threes. Indiana Wesleyan answered back with 3 threes of their own. And then the teams went back and forth, back and forth. Iwu scored the first 4 points of that third quarter to go up 29-27. Taylor answered with 5 in a row of their own. Then a couple of free throws by Indiana Wesleyan put them up 36-34. We were tied at 36. A bucket by the Wildcats gave them their final lead of the day at 38-36. And then B-Books' three, with the game clock dwindling in the third, gave Taylor the lead at 39-38, a lead that they would not relinquish, a three that started a 20-0 blitzkrieg that turned the game in the Trojans' favor. They went from down 2 to up by 18. And they win going away today by a final of 62-49. We'll have an abridged version of the Ivanhoe's post-game show because we have to get ready for the Senior Day festivities, so we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll get ready for Senior Day here inside Odell Arena here this afternoon.
The purpose of the Athletics Day of Giving is to give our alumni, parents, friends, and supporters an opportunity on one day to give back directly to the program that has impacted their life. It's something that other schools have tried and had success with. And in working with our development office, we were looking for ways to streamline our process of raising money for our athletic programs. We've seen incredible success over the last decade in the fundraising for our athletic department. We've had an explosion of new facilities, upgrades to our current facilities, equipment, scholarship support, and many of our teams have been able to travel domestically and overseas on mission trips. We are planning to do our Athletics Day of Giving every February and hope that you will mark your calendar each year and continue to support the work we do here in the athletic department at Taylor University. Go Trojans!
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Helped the Trojans to its winningest four-year stretch in program history with 94 total wins in the last 4 seasons. Also included the team's second trip to the NAIA National Tournament Round of 8 last season. The group has helped set multiple program records, including a number 5 ranking in the NAIA Top 25 poll, a program record 22 threes in one game, 120 points in a single game, a 22-game winning streak, a 39-game regular season winning streak, and a 26-game home winning streak. As we read each individual's name, we ask that they walk with their family members, Christopher Court, to be recognized. We will start with team manager Shelby Robbins. Shelby is joined by her parents, Larry and Kathy, and is set to graduate in the spring of 2021 with a degree in elementary education. Following 5 years at Taylor, Shelby plans to become a teacher in the central Indiana area. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Shelby Robbins. Next is Haley Stratton. Haley is joined by her parents, Rick and Julia, and her sister Liz. Haley is set to graduate in May with a degree in psychology. After wrapping up her time at Upland, Haley will be attending the University of Indianapolis in pursuit of a master's in clinical mental health counseling. During her 4-year playing career at Taylor, Haley played in 120 games, making 32 starts, contributing 319 points, 184 rebounds, and 37 assists coming into today. Haley recorded career highs this season with 158 points, 50 field goals, 30 three-pointers, and 75 rebounds, while collecting a personal best 21 points in a single game. Ladies and gentlemen, Haley Stratton. Next is number 20, Jamie Wesleyan. Set to graduate in May with a degree in mathematics education. Jamie would like to become a high school math teacher as well as coach basketball and soccer following her graduation from Taylor. Jamie has appeared in 92 games and having 25 starts in her 4 years at Taylor. The South Elgin, Illinois native served as a defensive-minded point guard for the Trojans, tallying 378 points, 140 assists, and 71 steals. Wesleyan offered her best season as a senior, earning Clusters and Player of the Week award after posting a career high 25 points in a single game. Jamie also succeeded in the classroom, earning NAIA Scholar Athlete, Academic All-Crossroads League, and COSIDA Academic All-District distinctions. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Wesleyan. Our next senior is number 24, Sydney Huffman. Sydney is joined by her parents, Tim and Angela, brother Blake, grandma Ryan, and Brooklyn Tyler. Sydney will graduate with a degree in biology in the spring of 2020 and plans to attend Indiana University Optometry School. Sydney appeared in 97 games, from 29 starts, scoring 385 points, 183 rebounds, and 245 assists. Point guard put together her strongest season as a senior, posting career best of 216 points and 45 steals on the season, and 17 points and 10 assists as single-game highs. Sydney also excelled in the classroom, earning NAIA Scholar Athlete and Academic All-Crossroads League honors. Ladies and gentlemen, Sydney Huffman. Next is Abby Brooks. Abby is joined by her parents, Tom and Amy, brother Nick, sister-in-law Brittany. She's set to graduate in May with degrees in accounting and finance. Following her 4 years at Taylor, Abby plans to pursue a career in financial advising. Abby has been a mainstay in the team lineup, competing in 117 games and started 95 times. The standout guard became the 26th player in program history to surpass the 1,000 career point mark, while ranking in the top 10 in the NAIA for three-point field goal percentage and free throw percentage this season. Abby made an impact on both sides of the court as she received All-Crossroads League honorable honor as a junior, while logging 494 rebounds, 183 assists, and 109 steals throughout her career. Abby was also a distinguished student athlete with 2 COSIDA Academic All-District selections, along with being named an NAIA Scholar Athlete and an Academic All-Crossroads League honoree. Ladies and gentlemen, Abby Brooks. And our final senior is number 44, Becca Brooks. Becca is joined by her parents, Tom and Amy, brother Nick, and sister-in-law Brittany. She is set to with degrees in accounting and finance. Following her time at Taylor, Becca plans to pursue a career in business consulting. Through 4 years at Taylor, Becca has started in 67 games and appeared in 116 games, compiling 1,312 points and ranking 13th all-time in program history for scoring. Becca is the reigning Indiana All-American honorary and the first all-cross selection for sharp shooting guard. Set a program record with 110 three-pointers last season. They broke that record today, upping the total to 112 three-pointers. Becca is also a two-time Coastside Academic All-District recipient, in addition to earning Indiana Scholar Athlete and Academic Crossroads League recognitions. Ladies and gentlemen, Becca Books. And now, fans, please join me in one more big round of applause for our seniors. Shelby Robbins, Billy Stratton, Jamie Gatlin, Tiffany Hoffman, Andy Brooks, and Becca Books. And now, we would like to recognize the two seniors from our men's basketball team as we thank them and their families for their contributions to the program throughout their time here at Taylor. Over the past 4 years, Ryan Robinson and Mason Beckenball have helped Taylor to a trio of winning seasons, 64 total victories, a 39-23 record here in Oda Arena, and a total of 19 wins over ranked teams in the top 25 poll. Robinson and Beckenball have helped Taylor earn Indiana Scholar Team status in each of their years in the Trojan uniform with their excellent academic work. As we read each individual's name, we ask that they walk with their family members to send a court to be recognized. Our first senior is Ryan Robinson. Ryan is joined by his parents, Arabella and Tim, and his brothers, Brooks, Connor, and Dylan. Ryan is supposed to graduate from Taylor this spring with a degree in management and plans to pursue a career in business management or marketing, while also hoping to start his own basketball training business. During his 4-year career with the Trojans, Ryan has played in 120 games and made 69 starts, including every game over the past 2 seasons. Ryan enters play today ranked 10th in Taylor history with 1,754 points. 6th with 240 three-pointers, and 7th with a career 83.4% rating at the free throw line for the Brooklyn goal. In addition to those numbers, Ryan is on track for a third straight season of at least 100 assists and has made a strong case for a third straight all-crossroads league honor later this season. The point guard has also excelled in the classroom, recently receiving the prestigious Coastside Academic All-District recognition and setting himself up for Indiana Scholar Athlete and Academic All-Crossroads league honors later this year. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Robinson. And next is Mason Taylor. Mason is joined by his parents, Steve and Diane Taylor, and his sister Taylor, brother-in-law Jake, and fiance Yvonne. Mason is an accounting major here at TU and is set to graduate in May with plans to get married in June and start working at Somerset CPAs and Advisors in Indianapolis. During his career as a 4-year starter for Taylor, Mason has played in 115 games and has made 111 starts, while ranking 7th all-time at Taylor with 1,877 points. He ranks 6th with 380 career-made free throws and 5th with a career 85.4% clip of the free throw line. Mason has averaged 16.3 points per game over his career with the Trojans, dishing out 85 assists in each of the past 3 seasons. Mason is making the case for his 3rd all-crossroads league selection and is already one of just 22 players in TV history to earn Indiana All-American honors. After doing so during his freshman campaign, the accolades that follow basically classroom as well as the guard is a three-time Cosette Academic All-District honoree and three-time Indiana Scholar athlete, as well as three-time Academic All-Cross-Racer standout. Ladies and gentlemen, Mason Hall. Please join me in giving one more big round of applause for our seniors, Ryan Robinson and Mason Hall.
A lovely senior day ceremony for the 6 Taylor women's basketball seniors, the 5 players, Abby and Becca Books, Jamie Netzley, Sydney Huffman, Haley Stratman, and Jamie Netzley, and their manager, Shelby Robbins. And the Taylor men's basketball team's 2 seniors, Ryan Robinson and Mason Degenkolb. Here's our Ivanhoe's post-game show recap of that thrilling women's win. They were down 38-36, and that's the last time they trailed. A Becca Books 3 at the end of the third quarter ignited a 20-0 run that turned a 2-0 or 2-point deficit into an 18-point clearance with 3:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. Iowa was held scoreless for the first almost 7 minutes of the fourth, and Taylor went from down 2 to up 18 at 56-38. They did not look back as they outscored the Wildcats 23-11 in the fourth quarter, 62-49. The final of today's. The Trojans win their 27th game of the regular season. That extends the new program record for regular season wins that was set a year ago at 25. They also improved to 15-3 in the Crossroads League, and they secure the second seed in the Crossroads League tournament. That'll start on Tuesday here against the 7 seed, with all that still to be figured out. That'll be up tonight on TaylorTrojans.com. The Trojans finished the regular season 16-0 here at home. Indiana Wesleyan falls to 22-8, 13-5 in the league, and they're now 11-3 on the road. The Trojans were paced by Becca Books. Her game-high 27 points and her 7 threes broke her single-season school record of 112 threes. She had made 110 a year ago with still more games left. Only the double-figure score, the senior Haley Stratman, 16 points, 5 of 14 from the floor, 4 of 11 from 3. And she also made 2 free throws. 8 points for Abby Books, 7 for Sydney Huffman. Abby did most of her damage in the fourth quarter, where she scored 6 of her 8. Jamie Netzley had 4. Huffman had 7 to go along with 5 assists and no turnovers. Abby also had at game high 10 boards, also had 4 assists and 2 blocks. Meredith Deckard and Madison Fisher played but did not score, as every point from the Trojans today came from their starting 5. Indiana Wesleyan had 2 in double figures, both off the bench. Gabby Suarez, an Iowa high 13 points on 4 of 7 shooting and 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. And Adriana Trexler, the freshman from Oak Hill High School, had 11 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Their top scorer, Dayton Groninger, scoreless, was 0 for 5 on the day, 0 for 4 from 3. Had 2 assists and 5 turnovers. Carly Lang, one of the other top scorers, limited to just 7 points, well below her season average. And their dominant post player, Ann Seacrest, just 2 points, took just 1 shot all day. That came in the second half. Both of her points came from the free throw line. Other scores today, 9 from Janae Goodwin, all on made threes. 3 from Madison Davis, as she went just 1 of 8. from beyond the arc. 4 points for Bailey Van Dyke, and Sarah McElmore played but did not score. The Trojans shot 48% from the floor in the second half after shooting just 31% in the first. They made 5 of their 13 threes in the second half. They went 12 of 29 from beyond the arc today, did the Trojans. IWU shot 40% from the floor. They were 10 of 31 from 3. That's 4 more makes than their season average, and they went 5 of 6 from the line. Taylor was a perfect 6 of 6, as neither team was able to get to their season average of free throw attempts. The Trojans assisted on 15 of their 22 buckets. IWU assisted on 11 of their 17 hoops. But the difference today, IWU turned it over 18 times. It led to 13 Taylor points. The Trojans turned it over just 9 times. IWU scored 2 points off of those miscues. Taylor had the advantage points in the paint, 20-14. The IWU bench blitzed the Taylor bench 28-0 in scoring today. Second chance points, each team had 2 points. Taylor had 12 offensive rebounds. IWU had 7. So I'll do it for the Ivanhoe's postgame show for our women's broadcast. When we come back, we will shut our stream down, and then we'll get set up and get ready to go here for the men's broadcast here this afternoon. That'll come up in about 25 minutes. Tip time away. Our broadcast will start in about 10 minutes. This has been a presentation of Taylor Women's Basketball on the Trojan Sports Network. They start their run to a second straight Crossroads League tournament title here Tuesday against the 7 seed, which is still to be determined. We're back with the men's game in about 10 minutes here on the Trojan Sports Network.